Today, it's me and my son, Ezekiel Jr., and together. We are here to study that was supposed to get it done. You still get. I'm so thankful that you guys are willing to listen, and willing to be here. I wanted you to see and show your face sometimes. Well, it's because some of the graphics I want you to see and depict for yourself. Sometimes it's more important. So today's Bible study is all about an angry mind is an angry mind. Before we get into it, let us pray. Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for being a great God. Thank you for being a God that gives us what we need. For being a God that even though things may not happen the way we want it, or maybe even the way some other people depict our lives, we still measure out the way that we should. Lord, listening to this Bible study, they need a blessing that they need. Give a blessing that they need. Give an opportunity. So, Lord, right, the person under this has a blessing with their name on it, has a depiction with their opportunities in it. All we ask you, Lord, to do is just to meet the need. Give them exactly what they need. Give them exactly their heart's desire that's going to fix their lives, that will keep them on task. Lord, for the ones that can't see where they're going, Lord God, I ask you, because you already said in your word, we know in part and we prophesy in part. Show them the part that they see everything. Show them. Name. Now, this phrase that we've been talking about, I say it a lot. And I learned this phrase from a movie that Michael Jai White was in, one of my favorite martial artists. He said an angry mind is a narrow mind because when you're angry, you're easily controlled. Your actions, your combat skills, the way you work, the way you operate, all it takes is one iota of anger can displace you, and you will say things you would not have said before. You will do things you have not did before, all because of what some fool had to say to you or did to you. So this is why it's important. And before this is over, I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to keep it real about myself. All right? So we're going to begin with John chapter 10, verse 10. This verse right here is so important. This is why we have to control. And then after that, we'll get into one. It says, John 10 and 10, this is what it says. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. Who's the thief? The devil's the thief. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. What can he destroy? Well, He can destroy the physical. He can mess with your mental. Because let's be real here. How many times have you been sitting there and you thought about something you know dang well you wouldn't do in the physical? Let's be 100 right here. How often has that happened? Enough on my side of things where you thought something you knew that that's something you don't need to be thinking about. Or a thought has projected into your mind that you normally wouldn't even be thinking about. So why is the physical and the mental so important? Why is because where your head goes, your body follows. Whatever you think about is what you will project. Whatever you project is what you're going to do. Like right now, my son, my 15-month-old baby boy, he's going to make sounds. He's going to be happy. He's going to depend on me for all that he needs. Because this is how he operates. Whatever he feels like, whatever he feels, that's what's going to go through. But with us as grown folks and young adults, we tend to act based off of emotion. Somebody said something you don't like, so you act on it. You jumped on somebody because of what they had to say. You decided to act out all because of your feelings. Your emotions got in the way. Your thoughts got in the way. All because of the way somebody intervened on your behalf. Once again, the mental. The mental is the craziest thing. Because once you got it in your mind and you're upset, I guarantee you, if it stay there long enough, I bet everything that I have that you're going to act on it. And when you act on it, you look stupid. You get angry and allow these people to control the way you feel, the way you act, the way you move. Not even just that. Even the way you perceive things. Because a lot of times people don't understand. When you angry, when you frustrated, when you fed up, when you go through something traumatic, mentally, you interact in a manner that naturally you would have never acted like. You would have never hit somebody in the face if they didn't trigger you bad enough. Let's just be real here. This is why this is entitled An Angry Mind is a Narrow Mind. Because the more narrow your mind gets, the more ignorant you act. Now, here's the placement of this. When we look at this and we see this out loud, I want you to pay attention to this story. And that's why we want to go forward in this. So once again, an angry mind is a narrow mind. When we look at, as we already know, it comes to steal, kill, and destroy. We're going to look at the next story. And this is in Job chapter 1. A lot of you already know this story. A lot of you already know what it's about. But I'm going to go ahead and depict this for you. Now, This is a story about Christ and the devil. Christ and the devil. God was looking around and he was going to meet with the adversary. He asked him directly, "Where have you been?" He said, "I've been looking to and fro." What is to and fro? Around. He was looking around for somebody he can mess with. And at this time, Christ said, "Have you tried my servant Job? He is righteous. He stands upright." He said, "Yeah, I see him, but you got a hedge around him. You have a hedge around this man, and I can't fully touch him." And he said, "I bet you if you remove your hedge from him, I'll make him curse you to your face." God said, "Okay, go ahead. You can touch everything he has, but you can't touch his heart." Now, a lot of you may be asking this question. I know it's coming up. I know some of you thinking, why the heck would God allow this man to touch him? You gave him everything. You perfected everything. You even made him great in your own sight. But at the same time, you want me to be able to snatch it off from him? Think about that. You got everything you could ever want. You got the house you want. You got the car you want. You got the lives you want. But then something happens where it's snatched from you. That's wild. So let's think about this. He's saying to the devil that you can touch everything, but you can't touch his heart. Because wherever the heart is, that's where Christ resides. Now let's fast forward. Job loses everything. Everything that he has. And his own wife stood beside him and said, "Curse God and die." So imagine this. The one that you love, the one that's supposed to be your best friend, the one that's supposed to get your back, with their last breath, with everything in them, the person that gave you all the blessings that you have, your creator, your maker, all of this, telling the world, to the world, saying, say screw that person and die. How would that make you feel? You already lost so much. The children, his children were killed, all of them at one time. But it is still in the middle of all of that. Job chose to stay faithful. To be a person that lost everything. To be in the middle of where you are not in control. Nothing that you have done by your hand is working no more. You fell down in life. Now this is the point I'm getting at. You lost all the money. You don't have the home you have. You're not as rich as you used to be. You're not in great value as you used to be. Now, at this point in time, this is when all the friends you had, they're supposed to be your ride or die, the friends you claimed that got your back, they no longer there no more. Because the money and the thrill is all gone. Yeah. This is where your mind begins to play tricks. This is where your mind begins to be angry. This is where your mind begins to change. With the quickest way to get to a man, play with his pocket. If he has a family and he can't provide, that will hurt a man's soul more than anything. This is where this phrase comes into play. An angry mind is a narrow mind. When the world hits you and beats you so bad, sometimes it's hard for us as men to think. Even for women. When everything is not working the right way, you do all the right steps. You see what's yours in front of you, but you can't even touch it. No one else around you seems like they understand. You frustrated, you angry, you upset. And sometimes, I'm going to be real with you, sometimes it's hard to listen to other folks that claim to be your family and say things to you, what you should do, what you ought not do. And they say their opinion, but yet won't sympathize or understand what's happening to you. This is where the problem comes in. This is where we as people get frustrated and angry and don't know how to control it. This is the thing that I need you to remember. This is why I told you guys before, the other verse that says, be anxious for nothing. What does this mean? When your mind gets so frustrated and angry with the world, and while you're trying to succeed, you're doing everything you possibly can to win. You're doing everything you possibly can to succeed. That problem that you have, it's not yours. That problem that you're dealing with, God said, give it to him. I know some of you saying, man, that's all well good and all, but the problem's still there. Then the next thing is, what are you acknowledging? Because remember, where the head goes, the body follows. You keep saying to yourself, you broke. You will never be financially wealthy. You keep saying to yourself, I don't know if I can do that. You keep telling yourself that you just told 85% of yourself that you can't make it. You keep spending time being angry. Everything can control you. So what are you speaking to yourself? What are you allowing to sit in? Everybody got their opinion. Don't mean you got to follow it, though. This is why I say an angry mind is a narrow mind. Job that was tested. The physical. Spiritual. Didn't go, he got tested. After he went through such, kept depending on God. He gained everything back tenfold. He lost. Even when he lost, speak next. He chose to say that my God is still good to me. was saying, how the heck is that? When everything you have was given to you by God was taken for a test. That is for a rebuild. Those character adversity builds character. What you go through purpose, yeah, on purpose. Him to be. He was tested. He was given more. Change your character. Put purpose and die. Accept God. Vote your mind is. Are you going to be? Look at this. This man is deep in thought and anguish. As you see, but in the cracks, it's him being able to be better than what he wants to look into the light. Can't even see. Well, the touch your face because what I'm saying, God never touch no one that does not follow him. Follow Christ. We have to understand your mind, your strength and wisdom. Defeating parts of your body, your flesh that causes you to fall short, makes you stronger and builds strength. Keeping a stronger relationship with God builds protection. When you control your mind, you control your destiny. As I told you, I'm going to be with you. Names of a district, and I was dealing with a man. He I realized that he frustration and anger. Anger. Yeah. I had it, which was my myself. Because the bigger picture I thought about in that time was I got a wife, I got 2 kids. If I used my hands and I said something out of character, I'm not just hurting them, those there to that church. I'm hurting others because I chose to use my hands. But when you chose to control your mind, it made everything better. I tell you this story because I want you to understand when a person can't get to you mentally and you handle it the way, you put yourself in the state of mind where nothing in front of you can control you. Fresh